I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I have to hit my tone when I pull this to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
I was prime.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, 0-0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
Pitch.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stellos Stadium here in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You are watching The Highlight Guide. My name is Jason Roby. I'll be calling all the play-by-play and color commentary for you here this evening. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures, and he is the Highlight Guy. This is game 6 of 6 for us today in the Northeast Junior High Football League, the NJHFL, and we have a treat for you here. Our last of 6 games features the defending champions of the league in the Nashua Cougars, and they host the Windham Wolverines. It has been an action-packed day, and the JV version of this game saw Nashua win 22-0, and the Varsity will try to make it 2 for 2 in this contest as the defending champs come back with 8 of 11 possible starters on each side of the ball. That championship team, many think, arrived about a year early as they were all mostly 7th graders, and that bodes well for Nashua North High School. That's who this team will feed next year. You can see Coach Travis down there, who actually comes to the games at Nashua North on Friday nights, and he was nice enough to come in here and give us some information on his team. He's really pumped about what this group can accomplish this year. Now let's talk about this Windham team that comes in here. It's a football town in Windham. They have tough blue-collar type kids, and they are known for their football prowess. We know that they will play this team tough as they do not mail the championship plaque to the team week 1. You have to earn it. And we watched this Windham team warm up in the pregame, and they have something to prove here this afternoon. It should be a good one. You're watching live on the Highlight Guy. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on our live stream. You can catch us on thehighlightguy.com. Man, we are all over the place, Steve Cody, and so is my commentary right about now. I'm sucking down a couple more Fisherman Friend lozenges after all that singing I did last night at the Bee Gees Staying Alive tribute band at the Palace Theater, and happy to be here with you today. Tried to save a little gas in the tank for this one as the captains get ready to meet at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. The day didn't start out beautiful. It was pouring here as Steve Cody made 3 or 4 trips up the stairs setting up all of his equipment. It looks like a Radio Shack vomited all over our table here in front of us. Y'all remember Radio Shack, don't you? Am I dating myself now? What could I go? Best Buy? But it's been quite a day. The sun is now starting to poke through the clouds as it sets behind the trees off to the west. It was a wet, wet day, and you can see there on the camera. Don't stare directly into it, but beautiful shot there with the Nashua River. And Stellos Stadium, brand new turf here. It certainly is getting used this afternoon. This Nashua North football team on Friday night defeated Manchester Central here 31-7. It was Bishop Girton crossing over the border and beating a Massachusetts team, and Nashua South crossing over the border beating Malden Catholic 36-25. And Coach Zabolis of Nashua North joined us to talk a little commentary about New Hampshire football and how kids should stay home and play for their home team. And there are good players here in the state of New Hampshire. You don't have to cross the border to play. We've had players in the NFL, coached a couple of kids that played in the NFL. One of them has a Super Bowl ring. One of them was a second-round draft pick by the San Diego Chargers. They are here. They are everywhere. And football is a great sport here in the Granite State. And we've had the ability to call several games last year on the Highlight Guy in this Northeast Junior High Football League. We saw a great Nashua Londonderry regular season game, and they met again in the championship game. It was all that and a bag of chips. And today, looking across the way, as this Windham team prepares to come to midfield for the coin toss. There's some athletes across the way over there. And if they have anything to say about it, they'll give this Cougar team their first loss of the season. There's a reason why they play them, and this is the one you've been waiting for all day. The Cougars, we can expect to see a heavy dose of Maldonado, number 35. Roig is a great player for them. Kevin Roig, number 0. There's just top to bottom great players on this team. Silas Ray Coleman, number 77. There are some pretty good players, so should be interesting game as the captains prepare to make their way out to the 50-yard line. Nashua will be wearing their black uniforms and Columbia blue numbers, all new. We can see the numbers a lot better than last year. They got new unis, which is nice. The black helmet with the Cougar claw marks down the side as the 3 captains head out for Nashua. Colton Richard also among the captains, and across the way you can see the Windham team, 1, 2, 7, and 12. That's Crowley, Giarusso, Moskowitz, and Medico, the 4 captains for Windham. Windham, of course, in their white jerseys, dark navy pants, blue or black helmet, as it were. Not sure if it's blue or black, but the Windham colors are represented there, the Jaguar colors. They have some gold in the shoulder pad there, the dark numbers on the shirt as the officials. And kudos to our referees today. They have been here all day. I've been up here talking all day. Those guys have been down on the field running around and doing a great job. It looks like Windham has won the toss, and so Windham has won the toss. They will elect to receive. They'll go right to left on your screen. Nashua Cougars will kick left to right, and we are ready to get going here in what should be a great game, the kickoff game of the season. I want to thank you all for joining the highlight guy. And game 6 of 6. Never thought we'd get here, but now we are here. As the sun starts to set, it's going to be a good one. It is Windham. It's Nashua. It's Stello Stadium here in the Gate City. Kickoff coming up next. Once again, Steve Cody trying to give me electric shocks through the earpieces of my headset. The hearing is already gone. I had heard originally that Steve Cody was going to sing the national anthem through the intercom system. Apparently that is not a thing. That is not happening. He was not singing at the Bee Gees last night, so he definitely has the voice. People watching at home, some of the youngsters are probably like, Bee Gee, like Bishop Girton? No. The Bee Gees. Talk to your grandparents, maybe even your parents about it. Go back to the 70s and check it out. Maldonado set to put his foot into the ball. A 5-2-2-2 employed by Windham. They set up on the 10. Maldonado puts his foot into it. It'll bounce at about the 15. Gathered up there. He didn't have control of it when he went down on a knee. He'll head out of bounds. Probably a good move there by number 88. We saw him in the first game, Kyle Minahan. We saw a very aggressive, fast-paced junior varsity game with some great hitting on the field. Fully expect to see that here. And field position ever important as you climb the ranks of football. And on the left hash, Windham will start their own 15-yard line. They break the huddle. Twins employed into the boundary, split end to the right, quarterback under center, one back behind, a sniffer off to the tight slot to the right side. They'll motion into the backfield, toss, sweep, and that timing on that play a little bit off as taking the pitch was number 7, Sam Moskowitz. And he was met in the backfield by a host of Cougars. It'll be a loss of about a yard on the play. And clock dilemma again. Now it's running. Got to watch the referee in the white hat. He'll tell you when to stop it. He'll tell you when to run it. Twins to the right, slot to the left, single back under center. Looking for motion. Here it comes. 17 into the backfield. Trap play, nothing doing there as a quick dive goes for none. Silas Ray Coleman at the bottom of that pile. So they're trying to test the interior of this defense early, and if it's any indication, they're going to have to find something else. But usually the first few plays that you run offensively are scripted just to kind of get a feel for what the defense is trying to do to you. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Twins to the right, slot to the left, a tight end, flanker rather, if he's on the line of scrimmage. And now that play is just blown up in the backfield by 3 Cougars. 6, 10, and 21. We're talking Josh Enoch, Savian Cruz, and Julian Lopez all met at the ball carrier. And that time, it's a loss of about 2. It's going to be 4th down. Some wholesale personnel changes for Windham. It looks like they have a punting situation ready. They will do just that. And we're going to get some kind of a substitution situation here. The snap, the punt, it is a rainmaker, but it's not going to go too far, and it's going to take a Cougar bounce, and I'm going to say that that was a negative punt because the line of scrimmage was the 12, and I think it went out of bounds at about the 12. We'll see where they mark it. So a no-yard punt, a 1-yard punt. We'll give them 1. Took a Cougar bounce. Shotgun snap. Little screen off to the left, a now route. Nice pass complete to the left side. Pass complete to, that was number 8, Bowden Pearson on the reception. And they get that ball out of their hands quickly. Maldonado now in at quarterback. He'll hand it off right up the gut and into the end zone, barreling in, stepping over players is number 44, Colton Richard. And just like that, 6-0. The Cougars jump out on top. We are just 2 minutes, 15 seconds into this one. Maldonado hands off and bouncing to the outside, and in for 6 is number 10, Savian Cruz, and he cruised on into the end zone. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Your score, the Nashua Cougars 8 and the Windham Wolverines 0. Jason Roby calling all the action for you here. Steve Cody on the moving pictures. It's been a long day, but we've gotten to this point. Let's talk to you a little bit about the Nashua Cougars. They're a nonprofit organization created to give every child the opportunity to reach their greatest potential in youth football. They work with the high school coaches, and they ensure their athletes are ready to compete at that level by the time they arrive, giving them the greatest opportunity to continue to excel beyond high school. To learn more, go to their website at NashuaCougars.net. That's NashuaCougars.net. Maldonado set to tee the ball off. 5-2-2-2 employed by the Wolverines. Little pooch kick, no fair catch called, and that ball's on the carpet. It's going to go to the Cougars, and that's just a situation where number 39 should have been waving fair catch right off the get-go. He put himself in a bad situation. I'm sure the coach and staff will talk to the players down on the field about that one. Hey, you got to call fair catch on that before it hits the ground because it's a live ball at 10. It'll be 1st and 10 Cougars. From the Windham 40, we'll call it the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10, motion to the outside. Maldonado drops back. He throws it just about as far as he can. He's got a man open, and that was off of the hands. A well-thrown ball. It looked like maybe it was Roig who got turned around there. We'll have to get the number. If it's 0, it was him. No, it was number 6 for the Cougars, so that was Josh Enoch, and that ball just hung up in the air for what seemed like an eternity. Kind of spun Enoch around and hit him off the chest, and then the hands maybe lost it in the sun just a bit. 2nd and 10, Maldonado sends motion. This time, Roy gets the handoff, and he is off to the races. He's down the 30, the 20, finally knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And that was a great run there by Kevin Roig around the left side. First down and 10 for the Cougars as the play comes in from the sideline. Weapons galore with this Cougar team as they employ trips to the right side, split end left, one back in the backfield next to Maldonado. That is Colton Richard. Maldonado rolls right, rears back, throws a deep ball, and it is caught there this time for the touchdown. Number 1, Colton Carrier on the receiving end of that offering from Xavier Maldonado. And it is now 14-0 here in the first quarter. So now they'll line up for the 2-point conversion. Maldonado, and in the pistol behind him is Dante Cisse. They hand it to Cisse, and he is in the end zone. And it is 16-0. And we are about 3 minutes and 47 seconds into this one. Well, if you went to the kitchen and got something to eat or drink, you just missed some fireworks here in the early going. And this Nashua team is serving notice right from the get-go. Special teams, offense, defense, they've got it all. Live stream carriers, how's that? Can we get involved in that too? Maldonado tees the ball up at about the 40-yard line. He's ready to put it in play. We'll see if he kicks this one deep. He does. It hangs up in the air. It'll be gathered in at the 25-yard line off to the right side. Nice cut there at the point of attack. 3 Cougars converge, but number 7 on the return game was Sam Moskowitz, and he did a nice job of going north and south. And that's a great thing you like to see with your players is try to stay out of that easty-westy game and get north and south as quickly as you can. I want to remind you all to stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys' upcoming live streams. Subscribe to THG Sports Network and our YouTube channel today and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to thehighlightguy.com, choose the live stream page, and click the buy button. For YouTube, search the Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. And we thank you in advance. 16-0. Cougars on top of this one. First quarter action. Nothing there. So 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the, we'll call it the 38-yard line. I want to welcome everybody that's just joining us for this game. This is our 6th game of the evening. Got a Fisherman's Friend Original Extra Strong lozenge going here as we call our 6th game. Motion into the backfield, across the formation, into trips, handoff straight up the gut, and nothing doing there. Flags will fly, but the penetration just too much on the front. And if you're Windham, might want to think about changing the snap count potentially. Keep those guys from pinning their ears back. Officials will talk it over. Not quite sure what the situation is. We'll see right now. Oh, okay. Can't do that. If you're going to cut, it has to be done right at the snap of the ball. Also, if someone else is engaged with the lineman, you cannot then chop them down. So that's a dangerous one. The illegal formation, we've seen that a couple of times today. Too many men in the backfield. You need 6 players in the backfield, or excuse me, 7 players on the line of scrimmage. And if you have 5 in the backfield, the math does not add up. Clock continues to run, 5:40 and counting in this one in the first quarter. 2nd down in an eternity here for Windham. Shotgun snap. They're pulling. They're going to run a counter-type play, and nothing doing there as, again, the defense is just swarming. Cyrus Ray Coleman leading the charge. Also, number 10 in on that play as well, Savian Cruz. It's going to set up a 3rd down. We'll call it 28 maybe. Not a lot of plays in the playbook designed for 3rd and 28. Twins employed to both sides. Single back to the quarterback's right. Barking signals is number 12, Cooper Medico. Medico rolls, and the pass is intended for, I think it's number 84, falls incomplete. That was Austin Priestley. That'll set up a 4th down. So, if you are Windham, maybe you take a chance here and try to run a play, or maybe you punt it. You are going to have to make that punt play work for you at some point. Now is as good a time as any to try to use it. You got to figure, look, you're playing arguably the best team in the league right now, so why not? I don't know if they're going to go for it or maybe run a quick kick of some sort. We'll check it out. 2-by-2. Taking a shot. I like the call, except for it was intercepted, and it's going to result in a pick 6. We do have a flag on the field. That was Dante Sisse with a automatic 1st down. So that is not what you like to see if you are Nashua. That pick 6 is negated no longer because the roughed the passer. And the ball was thrown right away. You really, you know, it's an aggressive game, no doubt about it, but play smart. Play smart. You just gave the team an automatic. Is it an automatic 1st down at the 35-yard line? Nice play there, wrapped up. Pass is complete, but it's amazing how quickly he gets wrapped up. Nice reception, good pitch and catch. It was 12-84. Medico to Priestley. No gain there. We oftentimes, and we talked a lot about it, keeping your team together all through the 4 years of high school as well. When this group leaves, there's no telling what you can accomplish if you keep the group together. And if you're good enough, they'll find you. Two by two now, shotgun. Into the backfield it comes. Speed sweep into the boundary. My goodness. Yeah, that was read quite nicely by Maldonado as he came from about 15 yards deep. You can see him there lined up. He's not even in your camera, your picture screen right now. So he came from about there downhill at warp speed and blew up the lead blocker, took down the ball carrier, and now we are at 3rd and 15. This is quite an impressive showing thus far, with the exception of that roughing the passer call. So Windham facing a 3rd and 15 from their own 30-yard line. They'll go 2 by 2 to the top of the screen. It's a slot 2 by 2. Widen just a bit. They'll motion across to trips. Whistle blows the play dead. False start by the offense, and you almost wonder if it's the motion man going to the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball, or if it's just some movement by the tackle trying a vertical set before that rush gets in there. Interestingly enough, you look at the Windham offensive line. Let's check their depth off of that center to see if they can actually create some more space in that neutral zone, or if they're too close to the ball. You know, you got to sometimes try to test those rules a little bit to give yourself an advantage. We'll look at the offensive line and where they set up in relation to the center. And yeah, they're in pretty good shape. They're right on the heels of the center, so not much more they can do there. Shotgun snap, again, motion into trips. Rolling to his right, coming from the backside, and just another hit by Roig as he lowered the boom. Was it 2? That may have been Sase. Dante Sase coming up and putting on a big stick. It'll be 4th down. And the backside chase was quite impressive too. They almost got the quarterback, who was sprinting in a rollout to his right was Cooper Medico, and they almost ran him down from the backside. Well, last time we were in this situation, we had a roughing the passer penalty. We'll see what they have dialed in now. Quick hitter is out into the flat and just airmailed it into the sideline. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cougars. We'll change on the possession. You are watching the highlight guy. And that's what this game has been thus far, a bunch of highlights. 35 seconds to go. We are still in just the opening quarter. All right, Maldonado from the shotgun. Takes a drop. Wants to send the wheel route deep again. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone, and he reels it in. So he didn't get to use his pick 6. So they decided to just go on an out and up. Dante Sase, and what a pretty ball thrown there by Maldonado, as Sase is in for 6. Two-point conversion coming up here. Into the backfield. It'll be Maldonado rolling to his right. Dancing around, looking for somebody. And he'll just jaunt into the left corner, the pylon. That's Xavier Maldonado on the two-point conversion. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is 24-0 Nashua. And I will tell you, this is a good Windham team. We saw them during warm-ups. They can do some things, but this Nashua Cougar team is just firing on all cylinders right now. And I was impressed last year, Steve. This is taking the next step. And a lot of times, you look at teams and they, maybe they become complacent when they have success. Maybe they don't think they have to try as hard or play as hard. This team is doing all the right things right now, with the exception of that roughing the passer call. And that's a credit to the coaching staff, because you have a lot of guys that want to touch the rock, and a lot of guys that want to be a part of this thing, and not everybody can do it. There's an unselfish vibe down there. Everybody can get a piece of the pie. Maldonado puts his right foot into it. That's a live ball. That ball bouncing around, and lucky for the Windham team, they were able to get on that one as the ball just kind of died, and diving on top of it was number 84, Austin Priestley. The other thing, too, is you have to wonder, this is a Nashua team that probably, and, it's all speculation at this point, but how much better are they going to get? Probably not much. They're probably, right now when you look at this team, it's hard to imagine them getting better than they are, whereas some of the other teams around the state will get better. And I remind you that this is a Nashua team that lost a game last year to Derry in the regular season just before the playoffs started, and I'm sure that was a wake-up call for them heading into the playoffs, that there is no guarantee. We've got to play each and every game, and they've shown up and done that at this point. That last kickoff will end things in the first quarter, so we'll start the second quarter. We'll swap sides of the field. It'll be Windham ball, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Sun starts to set behind the trees. And this is when we would have started a high school game at about 6:30 here at Stello Stadium. So this is when the high school teams would generally start to play their games. Let's talk about the Cougars before we start. As a nonprofit organization, the Nashua Cougars could not thrive and provide such an incredible experience for the athletes without the generosity of their sponsors. They'd love to give a huge Cougar roar to their top sponsors for the 2025 season. That's Basco Excavation, Lopez Hardwood Floor Services, and Comcast. To all the sponsors not mentioned, the Cougars want you to know that they're very thankful for everything you do for them every year to ensure the athletes have everything they need. 1st and 10, Windham. Quick one-step drop, and that was just beyond the outstretched arms of number 83. I don't believe we have a name to that number. We'll check the roster here. No 83 on the varsity roster. So we'll try to get that name for you as quickly as we can. But the pass was incomplete. 2nd and 10. From the 36-yard line now, the snap from center. One-step drop into the flats. And we're going to get a flag there. Maybe got there just a bit early. We'll see what the referee calls. They're going to talk it over. And it did appear that those passes were jumped. And I think the quarterback You know, you've been hit a couple of times. Cooper Mitiko can take a little bit longer to get rid of that ball. He doesn't have to get rid of it that quickly. He actually has a little bit more time than that. Not a lot, but a little bit. And it is a pass interference call. You know, maybe take a chance on some out routes, take a chance on some a slant and go or a slant and out of some sort. But you do have a little bit more time to let things develop. At least that's what these eyes are seeing up here on the screen. So as pass interference to be a 1st and 10, Wolverines are into Cougar territory on the 49-yard line. Another quick pass and some different route combinations potentially would be good here because the Cougars are jumping those routes now. They're very aggressive on those routes, and I'm trying to watch what's happening and what Cooper's seeing in the backfield to see if he has maybe a pinch more time to get rid of that ball and let some things develop. The ball was complete, the pass was complete, but there was no gain on that play. So 2nd down and 10. They'll employ trips, looks like slot trips to the left, split end down here to the right, one back in the backfield behind Coop. Cooper takes the snap, the handoff, and just trying to drive forward into that scrum of humanity was number 32, Riley Broder. And Riley, it seemed like a good run at the outset, but that may have lost a couple of yards. So 3rd down and 12 now. They are back behind the sticks. And as a coach, that's something you always want to look at. We never want to be playing behind the sticks. We want to be playing in front of the sticks, and easier said than done against this Cougar front. They'll once again go, this is, I thought it was going to be a quads look. It is a slot trips up top, split end down to the right, one back in the backfield. And this time pass is complete again. Maldonado was there to wrap up the receiver again. No gain on the play. And they are just jumping. So if you could get some kind of a pump and go, and again, you're not going to have a lot of time, but maybe a pump and slant of some sort. 4th down and 12. Thinking that the Wolverines will probably go for this one. Again, slot trips up top, split end down the bottom. And there's your slant, and it was intercepted by Maldonado, and he is off to the races, and they won't catch him. He is in for 6. Well, don't listen to Coach Roby up here because I was calling for some kind of a combo route. They just threw the slant, and Maldonado stepped in front of it and took it for 6 the other way. It's now 30-0 with 6:44 to go in the first half here, and it has been all Cougars. And again, there's a proud tradition in Windham from the high school all the way on down in all of their athletics, and this is a team that's going to have their share of victories here this year. They're going to get some wins. They're going to have some success. It's just, hard to calibrate yourself based on, this Nashua team right now. Maldonado, fade into the corner is good. Caught there by number 4, Brady O'Neill. That'll be 32-6. The one thing I liked that I am seeing is Coach Travis is making sure his kids play through the whistle. And there's no poor sportsmanship down there. They're not, as best we can see, doing inappropriate things on the field. They're doing the right things, and I know if they weren't, Coach Travis would pull them out very quickly. The running clock, I believe, is at 35 points, and that's only in the second half. I'm not speculating that that's going to happen, but it, you know, based on how things are going here, it could be a running clock situation at some point. And have a different kicker in the game now as well. So probably a good idea to get Maldonado out of the game. Another pooch kickoff to the right. That might go out of bounds. It does. That'll be a penalty. And kicking the ball there was Colton Carrier. So it goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So that's going to put the ball at about the 50-yard line if it went out at the 45, which I believe it did. So good field position here for Windham. And if you're the Wolverines, you have to start thinking about what kinds of things do we need to do to measure success for us. And it's the little things. It might be going on two. It might be changing the snap count. It may be running something, you know, a power set that you didn't want to run at the time. You know, little things, your assignments. Make sure you get to your assignments. Make sure you play to the whistle. These are all measurables that you can grade yourself on to see if you're getting better throughout the course of the game and throughout the course of the year. So these are the things that if you're Windham, you have to start looking at for yourself. It'll be Twins down to the bottom of the screen, a tight end flanker look potentially. Let's see. No. Are they a player short? So that was a zip sweep pass and was incomplete. We have a player down, number 79 for Windham. He's sitting up on his own, but they'll come out and take a look at him. That's Nick Grasso who's down on the field. So both teams will take a knee, and that'll give us a chance to talk about this Nashua Cougar operation. As a nonprofit organization, the Nashua Cougars could not thrive and provide such an incredible experience for the athletes without the generosity of the sponsors. And we talked a little bit about them. That's Basco Excavation, Lopez Hardwood Floor Services, and Comcast. To all the sponsors not mentioned, the Cougars want you to know they're very thankful for everything you do for them every year to ensure the athletes have everything that they need. And while talking about this Cougar program, good to see him get up and head off the field with a little bit of help. Just potentially an ankle or a knee. Let's hope he's okay. Cougars are thriving here in their third year of existence. They're looking forward to seeing where the season brings them. They have a hard-working group of coaches who dedicate their time to developing athletes' skills and teaching life lessons that will bring them through the rest of their life. If you'd like to become involved and become one of those coaches, please contact them at NashuaCougars.net. That's NashuaCougars.net. All right, the Cougars will break the huddle. It's second down and 10, 5:34 to go here in the first half. Twins down to the bottom of the screen, Twins to the top. Ball's on the left hash. Motion across to Trips. Handoff. Tough run there as number 32 carries the ball. We do have a flag on the play. That was Riley Broder on the carry. Another player is down for Windham. Hope he's okay. That's number 22. So things might be getting a bit out of hand here from a physicality standpoint, I think, and I have to wait and see how the situation is handled, but it's an and that's good to see that he's up on his feet. He'll head off on his own power. That's number 22 for the Wolverines. That's Greg Brown. And nice to see him walk off under his own power as he gets to the sideline, and they'll check him out. And now the Windham coaches are having a discussion with the officials here, and you can tell by the body language they might not be happy with some things that are happening. There was a flag on the play, and we'll see if it was for unnecessary roughness or what the call might be.
Dead ball. Personal call. Unnecessary roughness.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So they're very aggressive, and it's a and again, I didn't quite see it on the replay, but hard to know. And again, it's in the call, unnecessary roughness, and you never want to tell your kids not to be aggressive, not to play to the whistle, but you also have to play smart. All right. Motion to the field. Fake the handoff. Throw. Intercepted. Back the other way. It was actually a good-looking play. It was just read nicely. In for the touchdown is Walter Catito. We have another player down on the field. It's good to see he's up and he's standing. That's good up on his own power. That was the quarterback number 12 there, Cooper Medico. And he's okay. He's walking off the field, but there's another penalty flag on the field, and not sure what the call is because we were looking back here. It might be, again, another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of some sort. Hard to know till we get the call from the head official. So 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the first half. It has been all Cougars. We'll check the penalty on the field. Yeah. And those are things you need to work on yourself. You know, if you definitely know you have to control yourself, and we've talked about these things. Sometimes the players that we emulate are not the right players, like we saw on the football game between Dallas and the Eagles. And kids sometimes do what they see, and it doesn't make it right. But you know, there are challenges for you. We talked about the challenges for Windham and how they can, you know, work on their stances and work on their techniques and so forth. This is a Nashua team that needs to work on that part of their game and not do those kinds of things to be have unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. There are different facets of the game that you can improve top to bottom, and even when you're winning like this, that's one of the things that you don't want to see. And so there's 4:50 to go here in the first half, and Nashua's going to line up for what looks like their two-point conversion. They're going to assess the penalty on the kickoff. Maldonado takes the snap, hands it off to number 44. He is in for the two-point conversion. That was Colton Richard. So the score is now 40-0 as the clock will now run. And my guess is Coach Travis will start to empty the bench with players that he's got on the sideline. So they'll tee the ball up. They'll back it up from the 40 to the 25-yard line, I believe, is where they will kick this ball from.
A big rule. The 35-point differential. The remainder of the game will be played with a running clock. We'll stop the clock only for a timeout.
So I'm not sure. They did not bring him back 15 yards, and I don't think they penalized him on the extra point. I don't know if they forgot about the unsportsmanlike conduct call or not, because they're kicking off from the 40 here. Fair catch it, fall down. Now right there, that is a great play by number 2 for Windham. Garrity Giarusso, I hope I said that last name right. Garrity Giarusso catches the ball, falls down, curls up on the ball. And again, you can always do some good things here and learn from different opportunities in the game. And the only thing I would have done differently if I was Garrity was maybe I would have waived the fair catch, so that was never in question. But a good job there, special team wise. Okay, so what they're going to do apparently is they're going to add 15 yards onto where the ball was returned on the kickoff. So it's assessed on the return on the kickoff. Timeout called by Windham. And that'll give us a chance to talk about Bouvier Prepare. Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. And let's talk about Earth Tech Systems. They're a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their innovative solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but help customers save significantly on energy costs. So whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. That's EarthTech, EARTHTECH systems.com. Jason Roby and Steve Cody for the highlight guy, calling 6 games for you today. We're in the last game of the evening between Nashua and Windham here in the Northeast Junior High Football League. Handoff up the middle. And that is number 39 on the carry. That was Miguel Robertson going up the gut. And loss of 3 yards on that play. It'll be second down and about 13 for the Wolverines. 2 minutes and 10 seconds and counting here in this first half where the teams go to the locker room. And you'll have twins to the top and twins to the bottom. New quarterback in the game. Handoff around the right side. Nice tackle there by number 44 for the Cougars. That was Colton Richard. Check on the new quarterback in the game. That's number 17. That's Crew Costa. And CC calling the shots out there now from the shotgun position. I have to believe that the bench will empty here in the second half if they have not already. All right, Windham breaks the huddle. They're looking at a slot trips look to the field and a split end down at the bottom of the screen. Costa barking signals, takes the snap. A little lead draw play is snuffed out in the backfield, and there were 3 Cougars there, 44, 2, and 21. That was Sisse, Lopez, and once again, Richard. They all met at the football from different levels. This will be 18 seconds to go in this one. I don't believe Windham has to run a play. They might take this one right into halftime. And that will, in fact, be the case. So that'll wind things down here for the first half of action. It is a 40-0 Nashua Cougar lead here in the nightcap as the Nashua team heads into the locker room. The Cougars will stay on their side of the field and meet as a team over on their sideline. You are watching here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with second half action right after this.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I stepped in my zone when I put it to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
I was born.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Stello Stadium here in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You've been watching on the highlight guy, Jason Roby and Steve Cody, bringing you all the action here on the live stream. And we came back to the second half, and there wasn't one. There was both teams meeting at midfield, shaking hands, going through the sportsmanship line of congratulations on a good game. And it appears that we don't have all the specifics. We don't know how or why the game came to be called. We can speculate all we want, but maybe we'll try to get Coach Travis up here to talk to us about it. And it's definitely a learning experience. It's not something I've seen, but I think it's in the best interest and the safety of everybody involved that maybe they did this. And again, I don't know if it was an official's call. I don't know if it was the Windham coaches. I don't know if it was the Nashua coaches, but, I can tell you from a competitive standpoint, that's not what anybody wanted here, but in some cases it might be the right thing to do because let's call it like it is. This Windham team has moved up a division. They have a full season ahead of them. They have a lot of games left to play, and this one is not in doubt. And in terms of, what you learn from a game like this is you've got to – there are times when you say, okay, today wasn't our day, and we have to come back, work harder next week, and play our next opponent. And it's unfortunate for both teams because obviously there's some kids in Nashua that probably would have wanted the chance to get on the field and play, and they didn't. But, again, we don't know. We can only speculate until we get a chance maybe to talk to Coach Travis as to why this game was called. And I'm going to see right now if I can get him up here to do a post game with us just to kind of fill us in. Again, it was a 40-0 Nashua Cougar advantage at halftime. But we're trying to figure out why the game was called. Again, speculation on our part, and we don't want to say definitively why this game was called at halftime, but it was going to be running clock anyway, and obviously you want everybody to leave here healthy and with the opportunity to play again a week from now. And, it's not a great feeling for anybody. I certainly wasn't feeling good about it, in the first half because you'll want to see a competitive game. And we've seen some lopsided games here today on the highlight guy and some games where Nashua was on the short end of the stick, but they were able to finish all the games. And I think today was maybe a matter of player safety if I had to guess. But unless we can get an explanation from Coach Fowler, I don't want to say definitively that is what it was. Now, what we can tell you, take care, guys. What we can tell you is, look, this is a Nashua Cougar team that is as good as any team that I have seen physically, what they're able to do offensively, defensively, special teams. They had some pick sixes. They had their defense was firing all cylinders. They were in the backfield for much of the game, and offensively they were just running and clicking and doing pretty much whatever they wanted to do, and that doesn't help anybody either from their standpoint. So they will regroup, as will Windham, and they'll prepare for whatever is on the docket for next week's games. I'm sorry if you're just coming back now to the highlight guy for second half action. If you went to the refrigerator or you had to step outside for a minute or two, we came back to the scene of both hands going through the handshake line as the second half was ready to begin. Again, we have a message out to Coach Fowler to see if he can come up and give us an explanation as to what transpired, what happened, and how it all went down. Not sure what it was, but we're going to try to see if we can't get him. We'll take a quick break here, and hopefully when we come back, we'll have a little bit more of a definitive explanation as to what happened. So you're watching the highlight guy. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll see if we can get some answers for you on the comeback.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I step in my zone when I pull this to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
I was prime.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
All right, welcome back to Stellos Stadium here in Nashua, New Hampshire. You just watched the game we were calling for. You called at halftime. It was a 40-0 victory for the Nashua Cougars, and the game was called. And we just talked to head coach Travis Fowler, who you can see carrying out the blue case there in the box over his shoulder. We just got a chance to speak with him, and he indicated that they had spoken with the Windham coaching staff, and they were starting to lose some players due to injury, and they just didn't feel like it was a good idea for them to continue with a full, season in front of them. And there was no ill will towards the Nashua team or the Nashua staff, or there was nothing from the officials. It just was a matter of kids, getting hurt and not having enough left to take the field. And I think it's a good move. And I think as adults, you need to make those decisions sometimes to keep kids safe and to, I did an interview a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about we have short memories sometimes, and it looks like he's down there talking to someone. I'm not sure if that's someone from the Windham program or not, but you have to have a short memory sometimes. You might lose one week, and that following Monday you have a short memory and you think you can beat the world, and you come back to practice with something to prove. And so this Windham team I'm sure will do just that. They'll heal up and get better and work on the things they need to work on to get themselves into the win column next week. And meanwhile, Nashua, we talked about the things that a good team can work on too. The showboating, we always say, act like you've been there before. And, sometimes you start believing your own hype, and you got to be careful, because there's always somebody out there that's a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. And, one day you might run into that person as well. So you do everything with humility. You do everything like you've been there before. And these are life lessons for all kids, right? You as adults have an obligation to try to instill that into your kids, not just the kids that play for you, but as parents, we have to do those things as well. And for Windham, the little things that you can work on in the course of the game: blocking techniques, tackling techniques, stance, how you start, going on two, just doing the little things to make you better. Both of these teams will live to play another day. They'll come back at it next week and go after game number 2 of the season. So, as we understood it, game was called in the second half due to injury reasons. There were more kids that were on the bench than were able to come back onto the field. As we were told, no ill will between either coaching staff or anything like that, no referee decision. It was a decision made by the Windham coaches and accepted by the officials and by the Nashua Cougars. And again, they all shook hands at midfield, and they'll both come back next week ready to go. So that was the explanation we were given, and that will wrap up a full day of football here at Stello Stadium. It's been a pleasure calling these games for you. We got a lot of stuff to pack up here. Like I said, it looks like Radio Shack vomited all over the counter up here. We got to take care of some business. But want to thank you all for viewing these games, for watching these games, for supporting us here at the Highlight Guy. Want to thank all of the fans from Derry and from Windham for tuning in today, from Manchester. We got a chance to call some of their games today, and obviously all of the fans from the Nashua Cougars. We're happy that you're part of the Highlight Guy family, and we hope we get to see you real soon down the road as we cover more games, high school and some middle school, some junior high, Northeast League stuff. It's our pleasure to do these things. To all of our sponsors out there, if you're looking to gain some sponsors, be a sponsor of the Highlight Guy, please check out thehighlightguy.com. Get in touch with Steve at thehighlightguy.com. Email him, give him a call, because the studies have shown that because of your advertising with us, business has gotten better, and even the Cougars say that their numbers have risen because of the spots and the advertising that we give. So we're happy that you're all part of the Highlight Guy family. Well, the lights are on here, and it's just about time for us to go home and get some dinner. So for my partner, the Highlight Guy himself, Steve Cody, on the Moving Pictures, my name is Jason Roby, thanking you once again for joining us. We hope you all have a great night. Be safe, be well, and remember, it's not the critic who counts, but you can always count on the critic. Take care, everybody.